Good evening from Carrick Studio. I'm Craig and wishing you all a very pleasant day and evening. Today is going to be bringing an end to the commercial tobaccos, simply because I can't get hold of any more at the moment, and the ones that I have been able to get hold of are the last of the commercial type tobaccos. Commercial in like buying over the counter from a newsagent or a petrol station or in the supermarket or someplace like that, as well as tobacconists, and commercial that they're sold in bulk, you know, just to regular pipe smokers, not enthusiasts like ourselves say. But this evening's is the last one, and it is one that I have known for a very long time. It is mostly available in Ireland. I think you used to be able to get in the UK as well, and possibly in parts of Europe, but it's a particularly Irish blend for Ireland. It's known as Mick McQuaid, and today's is going to be Mick McQuaid Ready Rubbed, because I cannot get hold of any plug, but it used to come in plug format as well. So this is the original package format. These days in Ireland now you're not allowed to have advertising like that. You just have a green package and it's got all horrible pictures on it. So I'm not showing you that one because I just refuse. I think they're horrible. And I'm also celebrating tonight a great rugby win over England in Dublin today. Fantastic results and a great match. Both teams played absolutely amazing. It was just so great to watch. So before I start my pipe, cheers. Delicious. Now I wish I brought a beer mat, but never mind, I can make do without tonight. So I am going to be smoking this beer. Now this is a beer, this tobacco it's one of my mason jars, because I buy this as often as I can, and rather than letting it go dry I put it into a mason jar and just decant it out of there whenever I want one. I've got, I'd say, about 3 or 4 of these now. Not bragging, it's just I like this blend, and I smoke this nearly every day. So I'm going to, as usual, be using my Arran Smooth with the nickel collar fishtail. I shall just put in a new Blitz for the occasion. Yep. Inside that, and there. Push it in. Wow, got it straight first time there. Wonderful. And a filter pad as well, because I'm quite partial to these. I just find that these filter pads, now I may not agree with everyone, but it stops the gurgling mostly, but not just that, you don't get tar at your bottom of your pipe, so your pipe doesn't have that horrible taste sometimes that it's quite difficult to lose. It sits on top of the filter pad instead, and that you just throw away. So the bottom of your pipe is usually always quite clean, which is good, isn't it? So there we have it. I'll just, pipe is loaded, I'll open up this. Get a nice smell. Ooh. That's a nice robust tobacco. It's a bit like like St. Bruno's type tobacco. Do you know the way that's like almost like a shag cut, mixed cut, and it's not too moist but it's not dry, and it's a lovely flavour. It does have a topping, but I'm unsure what it was. It smells more like very, very nice moist fruitcake or fig, or Christmas cake, you know, with the marzipan and stuff on it. I guess that's the some say there's like an almond, an alcohol brandy topping on it. Others say it's plum. It's hard to know. Probably a mixture of them all and somehow, but it is a wonderful smell. Nice. It's a traditional Irish blend, really. So I'm just going to pop a bit into here, and it doesn't need any really further preparation. This, I don't think. It's, yeah, just going to put it in. You can see it's quite big and chunky the way it's cut, because this was like a plug and then rubbed out, cut and rubbed out. So it's quite coarse with fairly thick chunks in it, and yeah, a bit draw. Yeah, that's all right. A little bit more at the top there. Push it down. Have a twist. Look. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So just lid back on here. And can never seem to get those to stay down. Okay. So let's get this lit, shall we? There it is. Now, it usually lights quite well. Oops, that's weird. Ooh. Lovely. Nice and smooth. It's not harsh. Yeah. There we go. So, I've always enjoyed this, and I prefer it in a straight pipe. I don't like it in my other pipe so much. I don't know why. I think this pipe just smokes it beautifully. So you get a nice rich Virginia taste, because this is a mixture of dark and light Virginia, and you get the nice sweetness from that. And there is like a case, a topping flavour to it. It's not strong though, it's quite mild. I guess it's like a deep fruity flavour, but not like citrus too much. It's more mature, like plum, I guess, and raisin, and I guess there's I don't know if there is much of an almondy taste of it for me. I know many others have said that they do, and like brandy. I get the slight brandy effect more than the taste, if you know what I mean. But it's a nice, smooth, cool smoke, this. Got a nice taste of it. The room note is quite pleasant as well. My wife always has said she likes the smell of this particular brand, and also she likes it too because it reminds her of her grandfather who used to smoke it. This was a very, very popular blend in Ireland over the years, But I guess like all pipe tobaccos, because the pipe smokers themselves have died off and we're kind of relatively a new innovation, there's types continuing on from where they left off, but there's far less of us, far fewer of us. So there's not a lot, it's not readily available in that not everyone stocks it. You have to ask for it. They can buy it and they will bring it in for you, but they don't always just stock it willy-nilly, not any pipe tobacco for that matter. You tend to go to the same places that you always get it, and they'll just bring it in for you because they know you're going to keep coming back, which is nice. You can build up a bit of a rapport with them. But yeah, so the tobacco, it's a well balanced tobacco, I think, because the actual tobaccos themselves are good quality, and like if you like Virginia, you will like this. There's another blend as well. Yachtsman Plug is very, very similar, as is Peterson 3Ps. And both of those in plug format. Well, see, this was as well as Ready Rubbed. But if you rub out both of those, they're almost identical to this. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is the same, because they don't sell, I don't believe they sell Mick McQuaid much outside of Ireland. I could be wrong now. Now, I buy mine online from James Fox in Dublin, because some of the places where I bought it from locally had old stock and it was very dry when I bought it, and I asked them if they had any more and said no, we haven't got any more, and that also meant they weren't buying any more. So I just decided, right, I'll go to James Fox, because they always seem to have a plentiful supply in them. However, they've run out at the moment, and I had to phone them up to see if they had any left. Said yeah, it should be coming back in stock, but who knows. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? But this is a medium, I think. Medium, mild, not mild, medium in both taste and strength. You can taste the tobacco, which is nice. I like that, as you well know. But it also, the slight flavouring that's on it does enhance the tobacco. It doesn't fight with it. And it does smoke very easily. Like for me now, I remember smoking this and having a pint outside, you know, at the pub, or even inside, but like, for that matter, but I can't do that anymore. Which is a great shame, because it goes very well with Guinness. Or in Cork, which is the drink I prefer, it's called Murphy's. A little bit smoother, I find. We can't get that in a can easily here in Ireland. This is one of those nitro ones where you have a gadget that you pour out of the can and it puts in the gas. So it's very, very similar to the one you get in the pub. It is actually really nice. Anyway, tobacco we're here to talk about, not beer. So, even though I got this from James Fox's, sadly, because it is run out on their website, they remove all reference to it. They just say yes, it's out of stock and it's a tobacco. So there's no details on it. When it comes back in stock, all that information will reappear. So I can't read it from their website this evening because it's just not there. And because it's not readily available elsewhere, It's hard to find. Miss Moran's don't sell it because they're classed as in the UK, Northern Ireland, so they don't have it. So I can't read a description. However, Tobacco Reviews do actually have a review on it, and quite to my surprise, it is the highest ranking tobacco I've actually checked so far. It's 3.56 out of 4, which I'm pleased about because this is one of my favourites. So, what it has to say is, Mick McQuaid Ready Rubbed is a traditional Irish ready rubbed mixture based on Virginia leaf that produces a rich, long and lasting smoke. Available in Europe, not in the US. However, if you buy it from James Fox, I do believe they're shipped to America, because they sell whiskies, cigars, as well as pipes, tobacco and other products and lighters and all the paraphernalia that matches, and it's a high class shop. It's not a tobacconist as such, and they're shipped globally. So when it says it's not available in the US, it means they don't sell it in the US. It's owned by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group and made by them, and it basically says it's straight Virginia. Flavouring is other miscellaneous, so there's a little bit of unknown about what's actually in the flavouring here. It's ready rubbed, and the country it's from is Ireland, it says, and currently available. So it does need a few relights from new, so this is brand new to me. As in, I took it straight from the packet, put it into the mason jar, and I've only just taken it out now after about a week. So it is like taking it straight from the packet, really. So it's a little bit moist, but not too moist. So the profile on Tobacco Review is strength is medium, flavouring mild, room note pleasant, and taste medium. And I have to agree that I would agree with that. Yeah. So it says there are 18 reviews. That's not many, is it? It says 1 4-star, 6 3-star, and 1 2-star, and 0 1-star. But when you add that up, that comes to 8. So there's 10-star ratings missing off that. And when you actually look through, there are 18 reviews, and most of them are 4-star. So something wrong there, isn't there? Emeritus accounts, that's why. People that have left the site. I think what actually happened there, though, is that they upgraded the site, and you were supposed to log on and change your account, change your password, and I never did. So I became an emeritus account, so I had to re-log on again. They left all the actual information there, but they didn't count them. But the information is still there, which is nice. So, what's this one? Mick McQuaid's is a top quality pouch tobacco readily found in shops all over Ireland. It's also sold in the UK and comes in tins too. It doesn't come in tins any longer. It is a shag cut similar to Mellow Virginia. Another easily available pouch tobacco. Easy to load in the bowl, practically loads itself. Many pouch tobaccos are heavy aromatics, often of low quality. This blend is really satisfying for both the discerning pipe smoker and the man who likes his nicotine hit in a pipe. Yeah. I would call it semi-aromatic. The fruity brandy and almond casing is very, very soft, enhancing natural and robust tobaccos. If you're in the UK or Ireland, treat yourself to a pouch. You'll be pleasantly surprised, albeit in shock at the price. Yes, very true. But it does have a fair nicotine hit. Just sit back and enjoy. Yeah. Another one, top quality over-the-counter tobacco does not need to explain itself. It is on a par with any Virginia blend I have ever had. The smoke is thick white plumes that never seem to fade as you make your way down the bowl. It is the aroma, in my opinion, pure unspoiled Virginia, and it stays alight as well as any I have smoked. It could easily be an all day, and I consider it to be a good quality. Oh, the English on some of these is really hard. Does not appear to be too fussy in relation to pipe shape either, size and shape. I personally have it in my Peterson's entry-level classic Prince full bent, smokes like a dream. Okay, I'm just trying to find someone that has a bit of a description. It says the tobacco is quite damp when fresh, and after a primary and true light, drawing heavily all the while, the pipe was lit and I began to walk at a brisk pace back home. Irish weather frowns on idle strollers. Quite. I decided to see what the nicotine content was like, so I took a fair lungful and quite soon had to pause again to regain my composure. I usually smoke fairly heavy plug Yachtsman Warrior, but this has still caught me off guard. Certainly an evening smoke for the fireside. I'm not too sure about that. You're not really supposed to inhale it. I think this person did. Oh, he did inhale it by mistake. And it caught him off guard. Yeah, Virginia, plum flavours, and yeah, so you can read those for yourself really. I don't need to go on reading through them all. It's a very enjoyable smoke. Now this one has gone out on me twice, which is probably because it's so new. And I have been talking rather a lot, haven't I? So, as you can see, the beautiful white smoke coming off it. It's a lovely soft smoke. No need to rush it like you wouldn't rush any tobacco really. That is enjoyable. And with a pint of Guinness, oh, what a way to spend my evening. This will be my last pipe for today. It's 25 to 11 in the evening here. Had a good old day, watching the rugby. Great result for Ireland, well done. And I enjoyed this pipe now. I can only encourage you to try and buy it and try it for yourself. It's a relatively unknown tobacco really outside of Ireland, and which is a shame because it's worth having, it is worth trying. All the people that I knew and my wife knew from years ago, and grandfather and uncles and aunts, well not aunts. Did any aunts smoke? I don't think so. Well, they smoke but not pipes. They all used to use Mick McQuaid. It was Mick McQuaid. What else did they have? Mostly Mick McQuaid, or they go into Cork City and they get a tin or two of different Peterson blends. And Dunhill actually. Dunhill Flake was quite popular, and the dark flakes. They seem to prefer the more robust flavours, I think. One of my wife's uncles now, he used to smoke a lot of cigarettes and decided he'd try and get off the cigarettes, so he went on to cigars. Not the really expensive ones, like the boxed half Coronas and the Pantellas. But he ended up smoking way too many of them and he thought it was ridiculously expensive. So he moved to pipe smoking. This would be about 20 years ago. And He smoked Mick McQuaid. And he still would, so every now and then I bring him a packet when I get a load of myself and he can't get it. And he now smokes Yachtsman Plug, because it's the same as this, but he blends it. And I got him a tin of 3Ps, and he really thought, yeah, that's the same as well, and that was Plug. And he blended that. When I say blended, he has a blender, and he chopped it all up nice, cuts it for him rather than rubbing it. It's a great idea, actually, to be honest. So those are the three tobaccos, and they're all very, very similar. I don't think you could really tell very much in a difference, to be honest. Very little, if any. They have that gorgeous, rich, dark fruit, almondy, plummy flavour. I think you may get a bit of brandy, but I don't really always get it. For me, it's the effect. You know that brandy smell you get that sharpness every now and then, but it's like a lovely mellow smell. That's what you get out of this. Nice. So I just need to get that little bit more. So yeah, Mick McQuaid's. I would be giving this an 8.5. 8.5. It's a good quality tobacco. It used to be readily available, not as easy now. It's a very enjoyable smoke. There's nothing complex about it, I don't think. It's just like, do you know when you want something a little bit richer? This is what I would smoke. A little bit mellower, then you'd go a little bit less, step it down a bit. If it was commercial, it'd be like you'd go down to, like, I don't know, what would you do? Special Virginia, maybe, something like that. And but yeah, this is nice, very enjoyable, and smokes well outside. I think it needs a bit of breeze to keep it going, really, when it's fresh like this. A bit like all tobaccos, really, isn't it? If it's just a little bit too moist, it's hard to keep them lit. It's harder when you're talking, and when I'm smoking this, I'm not talking normally, so I just chug away on it. And yeah, and that's what I'm going to do after I finish this video with you. So yeah, that's a thoroughly enjoyable smoke. I can only recommend it to you. Smoked there in my Aaron Smooth billiard, I think it's a billiard, and it smokes it gorgeous. Now there's one thing I have to say at the end of that. This is really going to be the last of my commercial brand mini series of 4. Was it 5? 4 or 5? It really depends very much on the pipe as to what flavours you're going to pull from these and how smooth they're going to feel. Like I've tried a couple of them there now in pipe, in my military pipe, that doesn't have a filter on it, and then when I smoke it with this, I find this just to be that little bit smoother. It's the filter on it does seem to take some of the harshness out of things, I think. Some people were asking if it pulls out, you know, stops you from getting the flavours. I've never found it to be the case, to be perfectly honest. I think the filter just takes the sharpness off, and it does pull out a little bit of moisture, which is not a bad thing, because that then stops you getting tongue bite as well. Because the smoke isn't hot, it kind of cools it as it goes through, and obviously takes some of the bitterness and the tar out of it. So it's a personal preference, honestly. I've come to, at this age of my life now, I prefer pipes with filters. I'm not so fond of the filterless pipes, to be perfectly honest. But that's not to say that I don't ever use them. I do, because more than half, 3/4 of my pipes would be non-filtered. But yeah, so whenever you're choosing your tobacco, if you have a filter and a non-filtered pipe, try them in both, just so that you get a fuller flavour profile, because you will find it be slightly different, and you will prefer one over the other. You may prefer it without a filter. Like for me, I prefer it with. But yeah, it's important to remember that. And also, packing your pipe. I cannot stress this enough. Don't overpack your pipe. If it's too tight, it forces you to try and draw on it too much, and you have a tendency to just sort of draw on it too tightly, too much, and you can get it a little bit hot, and then that ruins the flavour of the tobacco itself. And also, secondary, you will suffer from tongue bite a little bit more, because the smoke coming through will be that bit too hot, and the moisture in it, it'll all be hot, and that ruins any tobacco. Any tobacco. You need your tobacco to be lit, and you need to be able to draw the flavours through the tobacco in such a way that it doesn't scorch it too much, and by doing that, you just get heat, and it'll burn the flavours away, and you're not going to get any of them, and it'll taste ashy. Not great. All right. I'm only saying that because I have been asked a few times, and so yeah. So if you do struggle a little bit with tongue bite, perhaps invest in a pipe with a filter. These are only the charcoal filters in them. In the Savinellis, you can get a filter, and it's just a balsa wood filter, but you can also put a charcoal filter in too if you want. And you'll find it draws the moisture out, cools the pipe down that little bit, and just takes off some of the rough edges if you've got that type of tobacco, if you know what I mean. But it doesn't take away any flavour. I've never found that to be the case. And it just makes the pipe smoke more pleasurable, smoother. And really, at the end of the day, I think, excuse me, when we're smoking our pipes, we just want to have an enjoyable draw on the pipe, where the smoke comes through nice and smoothly, hits the palate, your taste buds in your mouth without burning them, and you have a nice mouth feel, so that it feels like a creaminess in your mouth. And that's what, to me, I think most people, that's what makes for an enjoyable smoke, doesn't it? And one that you don't want to be pulling and sucking so hard to get anything out of it, because that works against you. So that's it. I think I've talked far too much tonight. I love Mick McQuaid. I can only encourage you to buy it if you can get hold of it. Do try it for yourself, and please do make a comment or two on the videos. Let me know how you're getting on. If you've got questions and I can answer them, I certainly will. But by making a comment, it shares information, doesn't it? And that's always good, because that information isn't just read by me, it's read by everyone that watching the video, and it's almost like a conversation that we can have, and I think that's great. So please do get involved, and if you like it, then please do hit the like button. It's no hardship. If you don't like it, hit the I didn't like it button. You know, either way, it's a good thing for me, because I get to know what I'm doing is right or wrong. So once again, thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to hearing your comments and experiences, and if you have any further suggestions for other tobaccos that I should be smoking and trying, do let me know. Tomorrow I'll have another video with a different tobacco. I'm not 100% sure which one it's going to be yet. It won't be a commercial one. It will be you know, like either a Peterson or I don't know, Mac Baron or something. Maybe Mac Baron, I don't know. I'll have a look in my store and have a see what I've got, and rustle up something interesting. Once again, thank you so much. Look after yourselves, enjoy your pipe, and until next time, good luck. Thank you very much. Bye for now.